Good afternoon, this is Jeff with Sewer Tech Northwest. Today we are at property address 565 Elm Avenue here in Gervais. We're located down inside the crawl space right now. We've got a 3-inch PVC cleanout as our point of access. We're going to check the overall condition and serviceability of the sanitary sewer line. Water is running, and we're going to zero the foot counter out at the base of the cleanout. We're going to be ramming the camera through it pretty fast speed. We'll pull it back slower just to get to the twists and the turns. The reason we're going to this access point is we're going to see here in a moment if the cleanout got covered up outside or not, but we weren't able to find one out front. All right, water's running. We are zeroed out here. I think that's our clean out right there. Let's see if we pick up another tie-in here. Yeah, I think that was our clean out at 35 feet, just eyeballing it. I think that's going to put us just barely outside the foundation. I think this clean out may have been covered up here. Transitioning there to 4-inch 3034 PVC. Little bit of standing water right there. We'll see how that drains out here in just a second. That looks like it's going to probably drain out to like a 1/16 of an inch. Very, very minor. Alright, so as you face the home from the street, the line comes out and hangs a right-hand turn. We're traveling up the right-of-way area right now. We're about halfway between the house and the side street to the right of the home, up the road. Looks like I bumped my foot counter there. It's not counting backwards right now, but we got a proper foot count on the way out. Some of the substance you see sticking out of the joints there is a substance called duck butter. It's like Vaseline. They use it to lube the pipe ends up. When they slam them together, they slam home all the way. That's all that is. All right, this went out located here. So where we're currently sitting at is about where the sidewalk edge meets up with the dirt. We're in the dirt between the sidewalk and the street right now. Pretty darn close to the sidewalk edge, and I've accounted for the fact that my camera's pulled back a little bit from the access. My camera is also upside down right now, so that tie-in is actually the top of the pipe. Anyway, I just probed. The dirt there is very soft. I'm burying my 2+ foot long screwdriver all the way to the handle very easily there, and I'm not hitting anything. The only pipe I hit is looks like a pipe that's running to the ground drain, the grate in that area. So we're kind of between the sidewalk right now and that storm rainwater collection spot there. And the line itself, I'm only getting it about 2 foot 10 inches deep. So if there were a clean out stubbed up there, I imagine we would have hit it very easily. So it's possible that's some kind of test Y or test T connection. The only other possibility I can think of might be that the neighbor next door could potentially tie in. Sometimes you'll, depending on how the neighborhood's laid out, you can be the very first line on a main lateral, and your pipe will just be continuous with the main. It won't actually T or Y connect onto it. So I would put a call into the city or builder or city to find out how things are laid out here. Getting to 160 feet from the crawl space is already a miracle on its own. Getting further than that, we'd have to have another access point. All right, I'm going to go locate here. This would appear the exterior clean-out access. We're going to see if this got buried under the concrete. And in this circumstance, if it is, I'm going to recommend it be uncovered. Being the line that is the length that it is, this is not a sufficient clean-out access inside the crawl space to properly service this line. It's just too long. All right, this is indeed the sewer clean-out. We're just outside the front foundation of the home, just to the left of the front door by a foot or so. But there's a concrete seam just to the left of the doorway. I'm picking the clean out up just to the left of that seam, about 2 foot 9 inches deep there approximately. I'm not going to put markings down. I'll leave that up to the flat work repair guys to deal with, but I would highly recommend that clean out be exposed, just due to the length of this line. If you ever had to service this thing, the last thing in the world you want to be doing is trying to do that from inside a house, either through a toilet pole or a clean out like this. It would be a mess. And I mentioned a little bit of standing water on the way out. In and amongst that was a little bit of what looked like a little bit of dirt had gotten into the line. Once the line drained out and my camera went through there and scraped that stuff loose, there's no standing water left over. So that was just a little bit of substance sitting in the flow line causing the water to kind of stand there a little bit. It drained out completely on the reel back in. All right, we're going to go ahead and reel the camera out of the line. Great flow all the way out to about 160 feet there. With no obvious signs of issues ahead, although that rings more true on a home that's been lived in. On a brand new house like this, it's had almost no usage on it. That really is not a terribly meaningful thing. 10, 15-year-old home that's had a blockage, for instance, out, let's say around 200 feet, is going to show evidence of it, even if you didn't get to it. You're going to see debris build up all over the sidewalls up ahead of you, and if you don't see anything, generally speaking, that means that whatever you've got up ahead, even if there is something, is not something that's causing recurring issues. On this one, that's unfortunately not a sign of much here. What we did see looks fantastic and is functioning properly at this time.